But I'm just saying, like, somebody's going to, I was thinking of this morning, and I'm like, all right, like I put together the top 25 every week, and it's really hard at the end of the top 25 right now. There's no disparity from 20 to 40. There's very little. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, all right, like a year ago, I think it was a year ago, 2 years ago, I remember Arkansas this time of year, they were like way off the bubble. They were way off. And they won like seven straight. And they went from like off the bubble. And then we look back literally, 7 games later, and they were like a 7 seed. And I
Yeah.
feel like somebody's going to do that. Whether it's in the Big Ten, whether it's in another league, but probably the Big Ten. Can somebody do that, Rob? My question to you is: can a Big Ten team go on a run like that where they win? Whether it's an
But the
Indiana,
thing
Ohio
about
State.
the thing about Arkansas was they had extreme talent and like physical talent,
Yeah.
like that's where that made that kind of
All right.
different.
So
I mean,
who is the team? Here's my question. Take Terrence Shannon Jr. out of the equation today. Who is the team not named Purdue or Wisconsin that has the highest upside, the most talent that could possibly go on one of those runs? Give me the team that you feel like has the opportunity to reel off 5, 6 in a row if they get hot.
uh,
uh,
probably Michigan State. They
yeah,
still have they have guard play that can get going.
yeah,
AJ Hogard has been better. If you look at his body
yeah.
of work, I would say over the
They
last
got
six
Kohler
games.
back. Hey, they got Jackson Kohler back. Maybe
Jackson
he makes a
Kohler's back,
difference.
but that's going to take some time, like for
Sure.
him to get in
Yep.
a rhythm, I think. But he can score, and they need back to the basket scoring. The problem is their inconsistency. Like I watched Malik Hall go for 0 points on 3 shots,
He
and
was
then the next game he's making moves where it's like
right.
spin baseline, reverse layup, impressive finish. Like
They
it's
have a
just
new
that
weapon though, Rob. Rob, they have a new weapon now.
Steven
His name
Izzo,
is Steven
congratulations
Izzo.
to him. First bucket, yes. And actually, the degree of difficulty on the shot was like 100 out
Really
of
hard.
100. Floater like
How,
at the top of the backboard.
how cool was it to watch the teammates? Like that's always the
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
you look at, right? Like how much you're beloved by and Steven Izzo's. I haven't been around him a ton over the years, but enough. Like he's kind of. I remember Tom telling me this years ago when Steven Izzo was young, like I would say like 12 or 13. He was like, "There's no way he's going to have the discipline to walk on and play for me." He was kind of like this funny, goofy kid who probably did a bunch of shit that like he shouldn't have at that age. And Tom was like, "There's no way he's going to be able to make it for me." And now, like 4 or 5 years later, he's been a walk on in the program. Like, I love those stories, especially with,
Yeah, I forget what game it was we were doing up there this year. He got in late and he basically caught the ball coming on the floor and shot like a 35-foot three. And I thought his dad looked like he wanted to kill him. He looked like he wanted. I could just envision Tom Izzo like calling him that night and be like, "Steven, you got to move the ball." Like even though it's like victory cigar type time, like they're up 30. I think it was against Penn State where he just caught it and jacked.
good
But
for him.
the crowd, it's hard when the crowd that wants you to score so bad, like it's hard to
Especially
not
with
just
him.
shoot every
Yeah,
time.
especially with him.
I think I'll go Michigan State.
Okay.
I don't know.
So
Ohio
they're
State,
they're the most
maybe.
talented.
Michigan
Do,
State for sure.
do you think they're the most talented, or are you just saying because of Tom Izzo,
I think
veteran
their
guard?
guards are the most talented
Yeah.
out of any team that you would see in the Big Ten. You have a coach that can figure it out and has figured it out in the past. And I think their schedule actually sets up for what you're saying.
Yeah.
I don't think that they're going to be Minnesota at home, Maryland away, Wisconsin away is tough. Like
Yeah.
that's going to be a tough game. But then you've got Michigan at home, Maryland at home, Minnesota away. So like you could easily go 5-6
Yep.
in those 6 games. So I'll go with them. I'll go with the
One
Spartans.
more Big Ten question before we get on to our big debate of the show, which will be Purdue or UConn. Who's the best team in the country? And you'll take your Boilermakers. I'm going to take the UConn Huskies.
Make the case, huh?
Well, it pains me to have to do it because I've got to play the role of Rob Doster. and I don't want
Yeah, Rob
to.
is Rob is definitely a homer.
Um,
I've been listening to him on some of these after
he's
darks,
worse
and
than you. He's worse than you are with
he
the.
is, but he just, he can't help himself. He loves him some
You can,
UConn Huskies. He just can't be objective. He's not disciplined enough to be objective.
no, not like you. Not like you.
Right.
Anyway, all right. Here's my big question to you. How many and who? How many Big Ten teams get in, and which ones get in the NCAA tournament?
All right,
You play.
Wisconsin's a lock. Purdue
Yep.
is a lock.
Yep.
Illinois is in,
Yep.
even if you don't think so.
No, I'm not saying I
Um,
don't think so. I'm just saying, like, could it be
no,
close at
you're
the end of
putting
the
a
year?
hypothetical where they
Right.
tank
Yeah.
a little bit, and
Yeah. That's all.
all right. So I've got Wisconsin, Purdue, Illinois, right? Yeah, that's
Yes.
three.
Yes.
Michigan State, I think will get in for
Me
four.
too. I agree.
Rutgers is out. Michigan is out. Penn
Yeah.
State is out.
Yeah.
Iowa 10-6. They've got work to do. I think they are probably out.
Yeah.
Ohio State, as of now, I will say is in, but
Okay.
certainly I think they still have some work to do. But I think Ohio
10
State will get
years.
in.
Yeah.
Maryland, I'm going to guess misses. I think they're like NIT probably. I think they'll miss the tournament. Nebraska, I think makes it,
Okay.
but they're
So
close.
six.
They're,
You're at six.
I'm at 6. Minnesota, really good start. I think they'll probably miss. They're out. And I'll say Northwestern gets in.
So you can have seven.
Indiana, I think, as of now, is
I
out.
figured you'd have. Yeah. What I was going to say. So Indiana's out. They're eight. They're
I think
eight.
Indiana's out as of now, but certainly some opportunities with Purdue twice. They also play Wisconsin twice. So if they can win some of those games, they can change that narrative. But right now, I don't think Indiana's in the tournament at
Your
12-5.
colleague Andy Katz would beg to differ. He's got the Hoosiers in the tournament right now.
That's his opinion.
Oh,
But what did I say? Seven
yeah,
teams in
which
the
I,
tournament?
I think, I've been thinking six, but you look around the country,
No,
Rob,
I think just around nationally,
right.
I think it's more than that.
That's the thing is like Pac-12, how many are you getting in? ACC's down this year. Like Mountain
Yeah.
West is probably going to get five in, but
Wow.
but a
Yeah.
lot of these leagues nearly you just look around and there aren't a lot of like even like CAA like leagues like that are going to even in the mix to get multiple bids. So
Right.
I
Right.
think I think at the end of the day, you're probably right. There's got to be a little separation. A team like Northwestern, Nebraska, they got to go on a little run, but
If Northwestern hadn't lost to Chicago State, I'd feel
at
really
the end,
good about them getting in.
right. The problem with the Big Ten it's going to face is other than
Purdue and
Purdue,
Wisconsin.
they're going to have bad seeds.
Well, and like some of the games, like Penn State is a terrifying game to play on the road.